What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
Never in my life as a K-pop fan would I ever thought I would have to defend a company. I never thought the day would come. But in 2024, anything is possible. In this situation between Attrakt versus the ex 50/50 members, I think that Attrakt was in the right and the girls were in the wrong. The girls made a mistake, the girls lost the case, and Attrakt won. A lot of fans are mad at Attrakt, blaming them for abusing these girls, blaming them for, ruining these girls' careers, when the person who ruined these girls' careers were the girls themselves and their parents. I know some companies are bad, and we all know that, but not every company is made the same. I do believe that this CEO did try his best to help these girls, and the girls didn't see it as help. They went behind his back and tried to basically set him up. They end up setting themselves up along with their parents. Kina is the only one who had the most sense. So for some of y'all to try to boycott the new 50/50, I think it's dumb. It's not the new girl's fault, and it's not Kina's fault or the CEO of Attrakt's fault. The ex 50/50 members did what they did. They did what they did, and they have to pay for what they did. It's a hard lesson to learn at a young age, but this is what happens when you think you know more about the business that you're in when you really don't. They should have just went to Attrakt and talked to him before trying to go behind somebody's back and trying to sue them for something that was not even going on. But when you let a person on the outside come in and manipulate you to believe that a person that was actually trying to help you was hurting you, and this is a lesson to be learned. Like I said, it's a hard pill to swallow, but at this point, it's the girl's fault. It's not the company. But speaking on bad companies, the whole situation that is happening with Sakura is actually very sad. I do feel bad for Sakura because at the end of the day, she is still a human being, and people are mocking her for being an idol and not having as much talent as they feel like she should. And she broke down saying that she is afraid to sing in front of people now because of all of the hate that she's been getting lately. In my opinion, this is not really on the idols, because you have to understand, people become idols at a very young age. They got chose to be in a group. This was an opportunity they were given as a child. If anybody came up to most kids and say, hey, you want to be a famous singer just like your favorite idol and celebrity, most kids are probably going to want to do that because they're young and impressionable. She got an opportunity and she took it. This is on the companies. Companies are supposed to train their idols. That's the whole thing about K-pop, is that K-pop idols get training before they debut. So if companies are not giving their idols enough training, it is not the idol's fault. It is the company's fault, because you promised that you would train these people before you debut. That's the whole thing about being a K-pop idol, to get training. This is what happens when companies put people either because they're pretty popular or they just rushing to make all of these groups because they want to make money. You put somebody out there who's not ready to debut yet, and you're rushing a group. This is what happens when you just throw people together and you just push them on the stage to be an idol. Some of these idols are not giving the proper training that they should have anymore. And some idols are simply getting put into group because they are popular or they are attractive. That is on the company. The companies need to take their job more serious, making sure that they're putting capable people in these groups. So things like this, so things that is happening to LE SSERAFIM and Sakura wouldn't happen anymore. I do feel bad for Sakura. I do believe she still has potential to grow. She might just have to get help on her own. The hate Jimin gets for simply existing should be studied in universities. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about on my channel for a very, very long time, and I might even make a separate video about this. I don't know why Jimin gets so much hate, and it's kind of weird because I do believe that Jimin is one of the more popular members of BTS. We all know BTS is a huge group, very loved group. A lot of people like BTS, but we all know sometimes the matinee line tends to get a little bit more attention than the hung line. But that's a different story for a different day. Jimin being part of the matinee line, he has always been one of the more popular members of the group, but at the same time has always been one of the most hated members of the group. And what is interesting is that when Jimin was younger, his personality was a little bit more goofy, a little bit more out there, and he definitely used to post a lot more on social media than he does now. And remembering during those times, people would say that Jimin is an attention whore, but now that he doesn't post as much, you guys are still finding ways to hate on him. So he really can't win for losing, because if he posts a lot, you guys talk about him. If he doesn't post it at all, then you guys talk about him. You guys either saying that he's attention whore, are you making fun of his voice, or you guys are saying that Jimin is trying to steal Jungkook away from Tae because of you guys' obsession with shipping BTS members together. It's become really ridiculous. And now Jimin dad is even starting to get hate for different things. And I feel like the hate that Jimin has is starting to transfer to his family. People hating on his dad for selling, merchandise. But my thing is like Jimin's father is not the only idol parent to have their own business. Like other idol family members have businesses too. But I don't see you guys attacking their family in the way that you guys attack Jimin's family. It's kind of weird and it's kind of giving obsession at this point. I don't know if you guys want to be Jimin, if you guys want to be with Jimin. I don't know. Maybe because Jimin is the it boy of South Korea. I don't know what it is, but it's becoming a little bit, weirdo. I don't know. It's become a little bit weirdo and it become a little bit obsession. The way you guys dislike this man when this man doesn't even talk to people anymore that much. He barely even does lives. He barely even posts on his own social medias anymore. He barely talks anymore. Just like when he came out a few years ago about his eating habits and the way he was feeling mentally, you guys made fun of him about that as well. So maybe he just doesn't talk anymore. I think that's rather sad. So once again, international K-pop fans are being weird. A lot of K-pop fans are hating on the new SM British boy band called Dear Alice for simply not being Asian and in their opinion not being visuals. And I know a lot of people were complaining about a lot of these K-pop companies starting international global groups. I'm actually happy that they're starting to do this because this is starting to really show the true color of some of these K-pop fans. You guys never cared about the music in the first place. A lot of you K-pop fans have weird Asian fetishes and you guys only care about looks because all of these guys are handsome young men. And from what I've seen, from what they showed us so far, it seemed very talented. The song snippet sounds really good. The guys look like they can dance. They look like they're all pretty funny and have great personalities, and the chemistry seems like it's there. So I'm very interested to see what they can do. Because if this was the other way around and a British company put a bunch of Korean guys together to promote as a K-pop group and British people were talking about them, you guys will be screaming racism and xenophobia. So why are you guys being hypocrites and being disrespectful to Dear Alice and these guys haven't even officially debuted yet? Okay, K-pop fans, you are not your name. You guys have to understand that idols do not belong to you. That fan that was mad at Kiss of Life for dancing with NCT and saying to get them away from her man, sis, that is not your man, your man, your man. That is an idol. There's nothing wrong with having a little crush on a celebrity or an idol, but to be that delusional to think that that man is yours, that's a little too much. I think K-pop fans need to go outside and touch some grass. K-pop fans need to learn how to interact with people in real life. If you want a man, sis, go in real life and find you a man in real life. That idol do not know who you are. You sitting in your room, crying and getting a fool online is not going to make that idol like you. He don't even know who you are. Let's be honest. Most of you guys don't want to watch Cat's Eye documentary to see them become a group. You guys want to see if the drama is real or not behind the scenes. VCHA has way too much potential to be in the JYP dungeon. I don't know what's going on in JYP Big Head, but get those girls out the dungeon. Get those girls to come back or at least let them upload a TikTok or something. That's ridiculous. VCHA is way too talented to be letting them just not do anything. I hope you guys enjoyed these unpopular opinions. If you guys want me to make more of these videos, let me know in the comment box below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you later.